Black Widow, 2021, opens in 1995 Ohio, introducing a seemingly normal American family composed of Natasha Romanoff, her younger sister Yelena Belova, along with their mother Melina Vostokov and father Alexei Shostakov. The film initially depicts their idyllic childhood marked by playful moments and life lessons imparted by Melina. However, peace is abruptly disrupted when Alexei announces that the mission is over, compelling the family to flee immediately. In a swift and frantic escape from armed forces, Melina is shot, but the family manages to board a small plane and take off. Their destination is Cuba, where Natasha realizes that they are not a typical family but Russian undercover operatives serving General Dreykov. Alexei, revealed to be the Red Guardian, hands over stolen data from the US government. The girls' fate is sealed as they are forcefully separated and taken into the Red Room, a covert Russian training program designed to transform young girls into elite assassins. In the Red Room, Natasha and Yelena endure a brutal montage of brainwashing, rigorous training, and bodily modifications, ultimately stripping them of their autonomy. Years later, Natasha successfully defects to SHIELD after an operation in which she is tasked with killing Dreykov. However, during this mission she inadvertently bombs a building, resulting in the presumed death of Dreykov's daughter Antonia, an act that continues to haunt her for years. The timeline jumps to 2016, immediately following the events of Captain America: Civil War. Natasha is now a fugitive evading U.S. Secretary Thaddeus Ross due to her breach of the Sokovia Accords. She conceals herself in Norway, receiving assistance from her contact Rick Mason, who provides her with supplies and new identities. Amidst her isolation, Natasha receives a peculiar package from Budapest containing vials of a red mist-like substance. Initially dismissing it as a mistake, her life takes a perilous turn when she is ambushed by Taskmaster, a highly trained assassin who can mimic her fighting style. An intense confrontation ensues on a bridge, during which Taskmaster attempts to seize the package, signifying its importance. Natasha narrowly escapes, leading her to realize that the package is linked to her long-lost sister Yelena Belova, reigniting connections to her past and setting the stage for the unfolding narrative of sisterhood, redemption, and confronting former demons. Reunion with Yelena: the truth about the Red Room. In Budapest, Natasha finds Yelena hiding in an apartment, leading to a fierce hand-to-hand confrontation. The fight quickly reveals that both women are being tracked, forcing them to ally against a common threat. Yelena discloses that the Red Room, once thought destroyed, remains operational. Dreykov has faked his death and now commands a legion of brainwashed widows globally. Amid their discussion about vials that can free the widows from mind control, they are ambushed by Black Widow assassins, prompting a breathtaking rooftop chase. The chaos escalates when one of the widows regains consciousness, only to be tragically forced by Dreykov into suicide via remote control. Taskmaster makes a reappearance and pursues Natasha and Yelena throughout Budapest. The sisters manage to escape by stealing a car and find refuge in an old subway hideout, a place where Natasha once waited with Clint Barton after a mission against Dreykov. Rescuing the Red Guardian. To locate the Red Room, they decide to rescue Alexei Shostakov, the Red Guardian, who has been imprisoned in Russia for years. A daring prison break ensues where Yelena and Natasha infiltrate the facility. However, Alexei is unfit and delusional, reminiscing about supposedly fighting Captain America in a scenario that seems implausible. The situation turns disastrous when an avalanche buries the prison, compelling them to make a hasty escape. Once outside, they confront Alexei, pressing him for information. He cryptically mentions that only Melina, their so-called mother, might have knowledge of the Red Room's whereabouts. Family reunion: Melina's betrayal. Their search leads them to St. Petersburg, where they reunite with Melina, who is still loyal to Dreykov as a scientist. During an emotionally charged family dinner, tensions rise as Yelena expresses her frustration at Alexei and Melina, who downplay their family bond as artificial. For Yelena, that familial connection was a significant part of her life. However, the reunion takes a shocking turn when Melina calls Dreykov, disclosing their location. In a swift move, Widow agents converge on them, capturing the entire group. Dreykov's Red Room and Taskmaster's identity. Natasha awakens inside the Red Room, a concealed floating fortress that eludes detection. It is here that she confronts General Dreykov, who taunts her by proclaiming that her earlier belief in having killed him was misguided. The stakes intensify as the heroes grapple with their past, current threats, and the implications of their next moves against an ever-present danger. In a shocking revelation, it is unveiled that Taskmaster is actually Antonia, Dreykov's daughter, who has been transformed into a living weapon due to severe brain damage. This transformation grants her photographic reflexes, making her a formidable foe. Dreykov, the mastermind behind her conversion, also wields control over numerous widows worldwide through a chemical brainwashing program, rendering them powerless under his command. As the plot unfolds, Natasha Romanoff devises a plan to assassinate Dreykov. However, she faces a significant obstacle. Dreykov has installed a pheromonal lock that prevents her from harming him as long as she can detect his scent. In a surprising turn, Natasha and Melina manage to swap faces using advanced disguise technology, allowing them to deceive Dreykov. Meanwhile, Melina disables the Red Room's engines, catalyzing a critical free-fall crash that escalates the stakes. In a moment of desperation, Natasha inflicts injury upon herself by breaking her own nose, severing her olfactory nerve, which grants her the ability to finally approach Dreykov without the pheromonal deterrent. While Natasha confronts Dreykov, her sister Yelena takes action to liberate the other widows by using antidote vials. As the Red Room deteriorates around them, Natasha retrieves remaining antidotes and engages in one final battle with Taskmaster, ultimately freeing her from Dreykov's control. Amidst the chaos, Yelena sacrifices herself by detonating Dreykov's aircraft, ensuring his demise. However, Natasha manages to save Yelena midair using a parachute to ensure their safe landing. With Dreykov dead and the Red Room in ruins, the liberated widows join forces and take Taskmaster with them. Natasha entrusts Yelena with the remaining antidote vials, imploring her to liberate other widows globally. The sisters share a heartfelt reconciliation while Alexei and Melina bid farewell, acknowledging their own parts in the suffering they endured. As the threat of General Ross and his forces looms, Natasha opts to stay behind, allowing her family the chance to escape. 2 weeks later, she reunites with Rick Mason, who provides her with a new jet, the same Quinjet she will utilize to rescue Captain America and his team during the events of Infinity War. In a poignant post-credit scene years after Natasha's death in Avengers Endgame, Yelena visits her grave. She encounters Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, who manipulates her into targeting Clint Barton, instilling blame for Natasha's death and paving the way for Yelena's subsequent mission. The narrative also glances back at the family's harsh reality during their escape from Ohio, revealing Melina's injury and the violence that marred their mission. Upon landing in Cuba, they confront the ominous presence of Dreykov, leading to the painful separation of the family and a retrospective montage of the brutal indoctrination into the Red Room, highlighting the trauma and struggles they faced. The current state of the Red Room. They devise a plan to break him out of prison to gather crucial information. The scene shifts to a heavily fortified Russian prison where they confront various threats in their pursuit of rescuing Alexei. Analysis. Team dynamics. The partnership between Natasha and Yelena deepens, showcasing their growth as a duo with a shared mission against a common enemy. Foreshadowing alliances. Alexei's involvement raises questions about past alliances and the challenges of overcoming their shared history with the Red Room. Liberating the widows. Once Alexei is free, he reveals additional details regarding the operations of the Red Room and Dreykov's sinister plans. The trio formulates a strategy to liberate the enslaved widows and dismantle Dreykov's control. They work to uncover the procedures involved in the mind control, strategizing how to deploy the antidote once they reach the Red Room. Analysis. Sense of agency. This mission reflects the characters' desire to reclaim their agency. The act of liberating the widows serves as a parallel to Natasha's original desire to protect her sister. Confrontation of the past. The missions also encourage Natasha to confront her traumatic past while attempting to alter the fate of the widows caught in a similar horror. Climactic confrontation. The Red Room showdown. The narrative builds to an intense climax as the team infiltrates the Red Room facility. They face off against Dreykov and a legion of widows, liberating them with the antidote just in time. Taskmaster reappears, adding another layer of complexity to the confrontation. Natasha confronts both her personal demons and the collective trauma inflicted by the Red Room. Analysis. Culmination of themes. The showdown encapsulates the themes of autonomy, familial bonds, and the struggle against manipulation and oppression. Sisterhood reclaimed. Through their confrontation, Natasha and Yelena bridge their personal histories, united by their tumultuous experiences in the Red Room. The story concludes with Natasha and Yelena having redefined their bond. They stand as symbols of resilience and hope, having not only liberated themselves but also other girls trapped in similar constraints, emphasizing a transformative journey from shadows of their past to a future filled with agency and purpose. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation.